everyone, there's birds outside, so if they're talking, I'm so sorry. Today, I have a special guest here on Like Kristen. Emily, would you like to introduce yourself?
If you don't know me, my name is Emily. My channel is Emily Faith, and I'm here on Kristen's channel.
So Emily and I are going to talk about how to tell your parents and or loved ones about mental illness. I have lots and lots of experience with this, and so does Emily, so we both have like combined experience to share with you guys. I made a video on self-harm and how to tell your parents they're self-harming, but this is a video on how to tell anyone that you have a mental illness. Here's some ways, and here is what to expect when we tell our loved ones that we have a mental illness.
I only told a couple people, to be honest. I'm not at that point where I could tell everyone yet. I've told my mom, my best friend, and my aunt. I did all three of them in different ways, to be honest. It's basically about finding the best way for you and what you feel comfortable with. With my mom, she could kind of just tell that I wasn't acting right. Some days I just couldn't be myself, and she started questioning me. You know, I kind of just admitted I'm not feeling like myself, and I just feel really upset and everything. And so she kind of just collected all the clues and figured it out.
I told my boyfriend face to face, sat him down on the couch and said, hey, before we go any further with this relationship, I need to tell you something. I have depression and I do self-harm. I want you to be aware of that. He accepted it. He just accepted it. He totally full-blown accepted it, and I was like, whoa! You tell your boyfriend, your partner, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whoever that you have mental illness, it's a huge step in the relationship. You're like opening that door, you're breaking down that wall of vulnerability, and you're laying on the table, this is who I am. If you can't accept that, then we can't be together. That's kind of like what it was. I knew if he couldn't accept me being depressed, couldn't like accept that, I knew I couldn't be with him, but I was so lucky that he was accepting of me.
Then I told my aunt via email. I told her because she has depression as well. She's had it since she was like 12 years old, so I knew she would understand, and she's like one of my favorite people in the whole wide world. I wrote her a long email. I just wrote about all the details of it and everything because I knew she went through the same thing. Best friend, actually, she was diagnosed with some mental illnesses. After that, I kind of just figured if she has it, then she's gonna relate to me. So I just said, you know, I have these feelings too. This is what I have. And we kind of just had a conversation about it. It was really nice. We now have like a new understanding of each other, you know, and we know each other forever, so it's just another step in our friendship.
In family, presently I've been telling people, I've been talking about my mental illnesses openly, like, hey, I'm having anxiety about this, or hey, I'm kind of depressed about this, or I'm having a panic attack. We went to San Francisco this weekend, and I was open about my mental illnesses, and I felt so good because the more you talk about it, the easier it is to talk about it. It really, really is.
16 years old, and I'm 16 now, so this has been the year I've kind of come to terms with it and figured that I better speak up.
First started talking about mental illness, I was a teenager. I was maybe 16 or 17, just like Emily said, and I started learning that it's okay to have a mental illness. It's okay to talk about it, and I've talked about it all the way up till I'm 20 right now, so it's been 4 years of talking about it.
My mom didn't really understand at all, to be honest. She kept asking me, why do you feel this way? And honestly, I didn't really have an answer. I just kept saying, I don't know, I just do. Because honestly, it's a collection of everything that's happened in my life, and I'm not just gonna sit there and explain all that, so I just said, I don't really know.
My dad, bad reaction, yelled, screamed. When I told my mom and my grandmother that I was depressed when I first was diagnosed, they cried. They cried and they cried and they cried.
My best friend, she's very supportive and understanding because we were both going through the same things. So that was definitely a good experience with that.
When I told extended family, some of them didn't understand or didn't want to talk about it. But let me give you a little secret here. When I told some of my extended family and friends that I was mentally ill, some of them took me aside and said, hey, I suffered from that when I was a teenager, or I'm suffering from that right now, and asked me advice or told me that I inspired them, and they're happy that I'm speaking out about it on the internet. So they open up to me, and I feel like that's really awesome that, you know, you can have people that open up to you. When you start to talk about mental illness openly, you can find a lot of other people who want to talk about it. People want to talk about this kind of stuff. They're just too scared because it's portrayed so negatively.
Oh my goodness, super nervous.
Nervous, just like Emily. Everyone's nervous, and it's totally normal to be nervous.
I can't even tell you how long it took me to come out about it. Honestly, it took a lot of highs and lows to get to that point and just decide that it's finally time to just say something. The payoff is way better than what you're feeling at the moment. I would just say disregard those feelings as much as you can and just go with it anyway, because it's definitely worth it.
Your parents love you, regardless of their reaction. If they're freaking out, if they're crying, that's a temporary reaction. At the end of the day, they want you safe. They are going to do whatever it takes to get you better, because you are their son or daughter, and they want you happy. You safe. They want you happy and loved and feeling and loving life. They will do anything to get you help. And tell your parents or loved ones sooner rather than later. If you don't tell them, if you think about it too much, just go up to them and say,
hey, look, I want to talk about something that I'm struggling with, and I hope you understand. And just know that I'm nervous, and then just let your feelings out. Definitely make sure you do it with someone you're comfortable with and someone you know will support you and understand. And sometimes you don't know if they're going to support you and understand. But I mean, if they love you, then they're going to understand. I know that some people have bad experiences telling their parents, and, you know, they don't understand. They get angry. Why didn't you tell me? Just know that that's not your fault. It's hard to get it when you don't experience it, but I would say the majority of people are gonna understand because they have known someone that has gone through the same thing, or themselves even. But don't be afraid of that. Other methods of doing it. You write a letter, you could write an email, you can even make a video if that's easier for you to just get all your feelings out and then show them the video.
Video form, like I'm doing right now, and I've seen a lot of people filming their emotions and filming what they actually feel, and then in the video they're like, how am I supposed to tell my family? Show them that video you just made. Get it out there. Send the video to your parents or loved ones that you want to tell.
You could bring up the topic of like, has anyone in our family had like mental illness? Just say, I'm curious, is there a family history with this? You could just bring it up like casually like that. You don't even have to just come out and say it.
Mental illnesses run in the family. Depression runs in my family, so that's probably why I have depression. You know, if you're depressed and you know that your family is more prone to depression and stuff, I mean, that's a great thing. I mean, find out what else, you know, like, do you have an aunt that committed suicide? Do you have a uncle who is schizophrenic? Ask your parents this. Maybe that's a door to say, hey, well, I've been feeling this way too.
I would say there are many ways to do it. It doesn't even have to be your parents. It could be a friend, aunt, uncle like I did, school counselor. Sure to find someone that will support you and help you in whatever you're going through and help you find the help you need, whether it be therapy or medication, anything like that.
I hope you enjoyed this video. If you guys enjoyed Emily, please go down and subscribe to her. I love her. I found her a few months ago, and every single one of her videos is so great, and she's so young, but she gets it, and she's not afraid to put herself on the internet, and I admire that, because when I was that age, that's what I wanted to do, but I was too scared until this year to do it. So thank you so much, Emily, for doing this with me. If you guys have any other questions on how to tell your parents or loved ones about your mental illnesses, email me or leave it down in the comments below.
I hope this helped you guys a lot. Just want to say, if you're not subscribed to Kristen, please do, because she is a great person and I love her videos, and this was super fun to do. And hopefully I'll be seeing some of you guys on my channel. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.